Bitcoin is the new American dream. Bitcoin revives the American dream. It's a strong claim, I know. The American dream is all about having the opportunity to achieve everything you want in life. And Michael Saylor believes that Bitcoin has the potential to restore this dream by giving people back control of their money and a better future. In this video, Michael Saylor explains why you should buy Bitcoin right now despite the crypto crash, and how Bitcoin could be your next opportunity for achieving the American dream. Stay tuned till the last, as Michael Saylor also discusses the Bitcoin protocol and blockchain, as well as why this energy-intensive cryptocurrency is not as bad as people believe it to be.
The nation was founded by people that were looking for freedom and property rights, and that's why they left Europe. At one point, my family came from Lucerne, Switzerland. They were Palatines, and I think at some point Protestants in Catholic Europe couldn't own a job or own property or have a job, and so they came to America. And then, of course, the opposite is a bunch of Catholics from Northern Europe had to come to America for the opposite reason. So the American dream was always go west, get property, live your life, live happily ever after. And after we all got here to Virginia, if we were Protestant, or to Maryland if we were Catholic, or to Pennsylvania if we were neither, but Quaker. After we got here and it got too crowded, everybody went west again, right? To the Great West, to Wyoming, and they wanted land. And now the world is just full of people, and you can't go west anymore. So, and we can't really all go to outer space because space travel's too expensive. So where we can go is we can go to cyberspace. And what if you want, or if what you want is the American dream, you want property rights and freedom and sovereignty, then you can move your life force, your life savings, your economic energy, your property into cyberspace, where you might have the hope for freedom and sovereignty and truth and a decent life. And that's the American dream.
The American dream has always been about opportunity. It is about owning your own property, having a comfortable life. It's about being able to live happily ever after. Saylor encourages everyone to move your life space, life saving, your economic energy, your property into cyberspace. According to him, cyberspace provides optimism for a wealthier, more efficient, more fair tomorrow. Bitcoin is hope for a better future. Before getting ahead in the video, be sure to hit that like and bell button. Let's get back into the video. In 1971, we were left with the gold standard. And you know, after the Fed started increasing the money supply beyond gold reserves, the only difference between the dollar and a piece of paper has become the good faith and credit of the U.S. government. People are looking for a hard money alternative. So can Bitcoin become a hard money alternative?
I think if you think about money as economic energy and you think about a currency as the fluid through which the energy moves, then if gold was your money, and if the gold supply is expanding at 2% a year, then that means the half-life of the energy in gold, or the half-life of gold money, is about 35 years. When that inflation rate drops to 1% a year, if you could do that, the half-life becomes 7 years. But in fact, the long-term inflation rate of Bitcoin is 0. So the half-life of money in Bitcoin is infinite. It's immortal. It's not twice as good as gold. It's 1,000,000 times better than gold. And ultimately, this is all about fixing the energy balance in the civilization. You know, if you had a family of athletes and every month a bureaucrat showed up and they took a pint of blood from everybody in your family, and then you went out and you ran marathons, you wouldn't do it so well. And if they kept coming every single month, that would be bad. And if they kept coming every week, that would be really bad. In fact, that's what inflation is. We're just sucking the oxygen out of your blood, except inflation is sucking the energy out of the currency. And so we sort of had semi-hard money, but the reason that the gold standard worked was the economy grew 2% a year and gold inflated at 2% a year, and everything kind of stayed constant. If you had really hard money, and you grew the money supply 0% a year, and the economy grew 2% a year, means everything you want would get 2% cheaper every year of your life, and you could literally save money and wait, and in 10 years, you could buy much, much more with the same money. So Bitcoin solves the problem theoretically in the right fashion, and if the civilization starts to adopt it as a primary treasury reserve asset, it's like saying, no, this month you're not going to get to bleed a pint of blood out of me. I'm keeping all my blood. And for anybody who's an athlete, you just consider whether or not you would prefer to be an athlete not getting bled to death, or whether you would allow some politician to keep sucking a pint of your blood out of your body whenever they want.
According to Saylor, Bitcoin is not only just a hard money alternative, but it's also 1,000,000 times better than gold. And this is all about fixing the energy balance and civilization. You all know Bitcoin mining is incredibly energy intensive, and there's a lot of criticism going on around its impacting energy, as well as on its proof of work model. Let's hear what Michael Saylor thinks about this.
The first principle is that Satoshi's invention of Nakamoto consensus gave us a fair, equitable, ethical mechanism to create a digital commodity. If I wanted to create a block of digital energy, people say, what is Bitcoin backed by? Well, it's actually backed by energy. In fact, an encrypted energy, or a SHA-256 digitized energy. And there's $20 billion worth of Bitcoin miners that are protecting and creating that energy right now. If you replace all the semiconductors and all the energy that's creating the Bitcoin and protecting the network with imaginary validators and imaginary nodes, you get imaginary security on imaginary asset, and from a legal point of view, that becomes a security, which is a problem legally. But from a practical point of view, it's no longer a scarce commodity. It's a plentiful security. You end up with 20,000 copies, and then everybody that creates one breaks off and creates another one, because why wouldn't you just keep creating copies of something which is easy to cut and paste? So the fundamental premise of Bitcoin is I use energy and semiconductors in order to create something, a block of digital energy, which will last forever, which is immortal, indestructible, which you can move at the speed of light, right? We're digitizing energy. The reason that the energy usage is not a bad thing is because, first of all, it's really digital energy. You're feeding in 0.1% of the civilization's energy to create something which will last forever, which is indestructible. It's just not that much when you think about it, 0.1% of energy to create something which could be the basis of the entire financial system of the world.
In his words, Bitcoin could be the basis of the entire financial system of the world. He puts weight on how Bitcoin is more safe, fair, ethical, and a secure cryptocurrency. Who can change the Bitcoin network code? No one. No single individual. No small group of people. Not even a large group of people. Bitcoin is backed by encrypted energy. Bitcoin is an energy that will last forever. It is immortal, indestructible, and incorruptible. This does not end here. Michael Saylor has another reason to back why energy used in Bitcoin is not really a waste.
The second reason that it's not really a problem is the 0.1% of the energy is all marginal stranded waste energy that you couldn't really use for any other purpose anyway. It's basically wholesale stranded energy, generally paid for at like 2 cents a kilowatt hour. And if you study energy, you know that the retail rates for industries and people are 10 to 20 cents a kilowatt hour. The entire network is running on a thimble full of energy at the edge of the grid that nobody else wants. And we're recycling that stranded, wasted energy into digital energy, which will last forever.
Though it seems bad at first, we should remember that this is a digital energy. He explains that we're not actually wasting any physical resources. In fact, we're recycling that wasted energy into digital energy that will last forever. Bitcoin is the American dream. So will Bitcoin restore the American dream of life, liberty, opportunity, and the pursuit of happiness? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. To conclude my video today, Michael Saylor sees Bitcoin to revolutionize the world economy. These are just a few of the statements that he's made about Bitcoin and the crypto world. If you want to watch more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That's it for today. I'll see you in my next video.